All right, hey, we are doing order of operations today. Go ahead and label your notes this. Today we'll do 3 problems together. I want you to write down this phrase. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Give you a second to write that. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And I wrote it in different colors because each letter stands for something. You think there would be 6 steps. There are not. There are only 4 steps. Okay? Step 1 is the P, please. Step 2 is the E. Step 3, there are 2 parts to it. It's the my and the dear. And step 4 is the aunt and the Sally. Okay? P stands for parentheses. Okay, any parentheses, that's what we do first. The E stands for exponents. We'll do exponents second. M and D stand for multiply and divide, or divide. We don't multiply before we divide. We read left to right. We solve left to right. Okay, and I'll give you an example of this in a minute. And then the A and the S is add and subtract. Okay, there are not 6 steps. There are 4 steps. Add and subtract are just inverse operations. Multiply and divide are just inverse operations. Okay, so start with the real basic one. 3 minus 2 plus 1. Okay, so first we look for parentheses. There are none. We look for exponents. By the way, order of operations. Operations, these are my operations. Add, subtract, multiply, divide. And exponents are really just multiplication. And then parentheses just tell you we do it first. So I can see in this problem there are 2 operations. Later when we get to this problem, I can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 operations. Over here I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 operations. So I want you to write all the steps. So I want you to write 3 minus 2 plus 1. And we can see there are 2 operations, so I'll have 2 steps. Don't do it in your head. I want to see each step separately. Okay, so there are no parentheses, there are no exponents, there is no multiplication or division, there is addition and subtraction. Don't add first. It's add or subtract, left to right. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. And then we'll just bring that down. And then 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay? If you would have added first, you would have messed up the problem. You would have ended up with 3 minus 3, which would have been 0, but giving you a different answer. Okay? As we go, I want you to eliminate 1 operation each time. So that as you go down, you kind of have a V going down. Okay? Okay, write this problem. 5 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 1. Okay, the first thing we do is we look for parentheses. There are none. Next thing we do is we look for exponents. We have an exponent here. So this will be our first of 4 operations. 5 squared is 25. Do right each and every step. Okay? No more exponents, so now I'm going to multiply or divide. We're going to multiply next. And I know some of you like to underline the step that you're doing. I think that's fine. Or some of you like to draw like a little funnel, like that's what I'm going to do next. If that's helpful for you, do it. 4 times 2 is 8. And I got to just make sure I write all the rest of the operations. Okay, no more multiply or dividing, so I'm going to add or subtract. And again, I'm going to do it left to right. I have subtraction before addition. 25 minus 8 is 17. 17 plus 1 is 18. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. All right, a little more difficult one. Over here, 8, and if we have put it next to the parentheses, that means multiply. 8 times 3 minus 2 plus 1, and then this is all over 4, so we're going to divide by 4 last. We're going to do the numerator and the denominator separate, and then we'll divide them out. Okay? So we will divide before we add or subtract on this one. So first I'm going to do parentheses. Inside the parentheses I need to subtract before I add because it comes first. So 8, 1 plus 1 divided by 4. Okay, my next operation is still going to be in parentheses. 8, and I can either write it like this, 8 2's, or I can put a multiplication sign there. Okay, now I'm going to multiply or divide. Well, I got to take care of the numerator first. 8 times 2 is 16. And then 16 over 4 is 16 divided by 4, 4. So I can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 operations, 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. That's order of operations.